Welcome back, everybody, to the Miami Hurricanes Dynasty. We're having a great year right now with a 6-0 start with a new quarterback in David Kinoy. He's made 4 starts now. We feel comfortable with him as the quarterback of this team. Whenever there's something interesting going on in these series, I like to slow it down and really get to watch those players play or those storylines play out. But now I would say that Kinoy has really entrenched himself as our quarterback, and I don't see us making a change this year. But we have some big games coming up that I can't wait to see. 3 games against ranked opponents potentially. We're probably not going to talk recruiting too much more this year because I'm basically done as far as the core 5-star players this season. There are a couple more players that could make this class even better. I imagine we're going to get Shakir Barmore, who is visiting us to start this episode. But I'm not trying to get 20 plus players in this class. I don't have enough room to sign all these players anyway. Here are the numbers now with 10 touchdown passes and 4 interceptions for David Kinoy. The run game led by Chris Johnson, 444, 2 touchdowns for him. Leading receiver is still Aiden Williams. He would have our triple crown right now. Tied in touchdowns with Emmanuel Harris, who's been a really fun freshman breakout. And then Marquise Lightfoot. I mean, what more is there to say about a guy who has just dominated at every step of the way? He has 12.5 sacks this year, 14.5 a year ago, and even finds himself in the Heisman conversation. There is one thing I wanted to try out in this episode. I usually play on default sliders in these slow sim series or very close to default. You can see field goal power is knocked down here. But I'm going to try out 52 speed threshold. I've seen some feedback that says that is pretty favorable. Can help out in the running game and just the CPU style plays better. I tend to like a little bit higher threshold than 50, so I'm going to try it. And then, yes, on the penalty sliders, the roughing the kickers have been weird this year, too many of them. And then intentional grounding has a lot of effects on just QB AI. I've been trying my best to figure out how we can simply tweak quarterback AI to be as good as possible. And thankfully with David Kinoy, it's about as good as it's been all series, going back to the Cam Ward days. Unbeaten season still on the line, and the Wolfpack will try to take down the Canes first in today's episode. So it's opened as a very slow-moving game, but NC State gets a touchdown in the second quarter and takes a 7-3 lead. David Kinoy throws a costly interception, but the defense does back him up. NC State kicks a field goal, now leading 13-3. We haven't seen this team play from behind a whole lot, but Aiden Williams, 26 yards. And that leads to a 28-yard touchdown to JoJo Trader, who also gets hurt on the play. We then go with a 65-yard touchdown run. JoJo must be fine if he's doing that. That is early second half, giving Miami the lead. So we jump in for the first time today. David Kinoy in the offense on the move. Up by 4, stepping up, and is just off the mark. It's a big scenario. A field goal makes it a 7-point game. Can we extend the drive? We can. Kinoy complete to Johnson. Setting up the screen, and Slaughter getting blocks and spinning free at the 10-yard line. Johnson carries, getting through inside the 5. And he looks to be shaken up on the end of this play. So Johnson replaced by Max Boger, who carries and will nearly score, but not quite break the plane. Sometimes a very elusive yard down here. Boger is denied. And we're going to kick the shortest field goal possible on 4th down. Big stand for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack go 3 and out, and Chris Johnson is good to go. Just ran for 15 yards. And now Kinoy's going to look long, and he throws incomplete towards Aiden Williams. We go Boger on the carry. He's in the second level. and gains 7. 3 receivers all at the top, and Boger running, gets the first down. We've been seeing a lot of Max Boger, but Johnson's still good. He's out there now, running inside and trying to leap over the defense. I always love seeing someone break out the hurdle. 3rd and short, they'll head to the air. Kinoy throws it away. And now they decide to leave the offense out there, but not 4th and goal from the 1. So 4th and 2, Kinoy has Slaughter, sees him late, and he does not get it. Just too late on the throw, and NC State's going to stay in this game. It's only a 7-point contest. They flip it back, and we are all over the reverse. They need the 34 for a first down, and the pass goes well shy, and another 3-and-out for NC State. David Kinoy, and the Canes up 7. He gives this to Johnson and picks up about 4 on what's been a tough day to establish the run. 3rd down, Kinoy. He backs up too far and is sacked. NC State under 7 minutes to go. First down, they'll throw it quick and underneath for about 8. It's a keeper, and I'm not sure either option was the right one. We stuffed that. Wolfpack, 3rd and 5, bailing out, he's wrapped up and sacked by Cole Carmichael, who is also hurt at the end of the play. So 5.5 to go. Canes defense still looking very strong. And here's Slaughter on the run back to the 31. We go 3rd down and 8. Still trying to run some clock against the blitz. Kinoy fires, and it's broken up. Williams was open, but didn't get the air under the ball. And the Wolfpack are going to stay in this game. Just one big play away from really changing things. And we're now sitting with about 4 minutes left. Inside run and running room. All the way across the 40-yard line for NC State. Wolfpack to the air on 2nd down. It's intercepted on the pass over the middle. And to Mario Massey, always seems to come away with the big interception. They've had their chances, but have not capitalized. But for as many opportunities as they've wasted, we have not made them pay. 3rd and 15, it's just a run to Johnson. And now they're going to try it again with 1 timeout left. Looking to move to 7-0. One more stop should be able to do it. The 4 and 2 Wolfpack head to the air and sprinting up the field and sliding at the 40. They've got a big chunk of it there. Big jump there by Lightfoot, and it's floated, but knocked away. And now it's Carmichael with a good jump, and that pass is jumped. Intercepted. And this time, it's Damian Rawlings. I've been waiting for him to make that play for like 3 years. Now remember, we've had some injuries, some different guys are getting playing time, and usually Rawlings isn't playing as many snaps, but he's going to jump in front, take that one away, and the Canes look to seal it. It is a perfect 7-0 start for our Canes. They defeat the Wolfpack and prepare for the gauntlet ahead. 20-13 is the final. Quarterbacks have not had very good days against our defense. 81 yards passing today for Lex Thomas. It wasn't like a phenomenal day for David Kinoy, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but a pretty run-heavy day by the looks of things, and we didn't run that many snaps, actually. And JoJo Trader had himself the big day. 2 catches, a touchdown, and then a run that went for a long touchdown. And then we got 2 sacks in this game for Kevin Dombrowski, who's making up for the loss to Sharif Ladd in a pretty good way. And there it is. Number 1 quarterback Shakir Barmore has committed. So has defensive tackle Jason Washington, giving us one of our most top-heavy classes that we've had. We rank number 1 with 7 5-stars. And I don't think we'll get any more 5 stars, but also I think our class already has enough to be done. There are a couple more things I'm trying to accomplish, but I'm not going to be able to use up all our points unless I'm scouting like every 3-star to look for gems. I have a kicker now on our board. Actually, 2 kickers. I am trying to get Dylan chosen, and then I have Jaden Boone as kind of a backup option if it doesn't work. And then Joaquin Long is a safety. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to offer to, but he was a 4-star gem, so I at least have some points there. But I like to have a second kicker to develop so we're not stuck just hoping a freshman is good eventually. Dylan chosen is a gem with 89 power, 72 kick accuracy. This battle's gotten pretty interesting between us and Notre Dame for James Childers. He is an offensive line prospect. Let's see, week 9 is a visit. It is only week 8. So as long as no decisions made this week, then I think we can win it in week 9. But Notre Dame's coming off a pretty strong week overall. I'll be scheduling visits then for week 9 when I have the chance, as we will for Khalil Pollard. So that last game was a little sloppy, and I did download the newest patch today. I was holding out until I finished up my Buffalo season because I don't like installing new patches during a year if it can change gameplay, especially on that channel. Whereas when we do slow sim, it's usually a lot less noticeable changes, but the first game is usually just a mess. The game just doesn't play as smooth as it should. So I might come back to the 52 threshold, but I want to see this game on whatever version it is now with what I was playing on previously. And I'll explore the threshold stuff later because I have been enjoying the games more so this year. Now in our next one, number 13 Clemson, number 1 Miami. So now you put us back at the top because Notre Dame just beat USC. So now you've got new contenders here in Michigan, Georgia, Notre Dame. We're talking about number 1 going down last week badly, and then Pitt going down 41-9 to Stanford. So the top 7 here is pretty shaken up after last week, and we don't want to be the next team to go down the board. Here is Clemson. TJ Moore is their number 1 receiver. Moore is a senior, elite development, and elite in a lot of areas by the looks of things. And the quarterback is Christopher Vezina, a senior, and he's an 88 overall. You know, the accuracies are okay, but by no means perfect. Very high awareness, very high play action. We'll see if that can slow down the pass rush, if anything can slow down our pass rush. And their top overall player is linebacker Sammy Brown. We still have 2 players on the injury report, Sharif Ladd, Matt Bouchard, out the next 2 or 3 weeks each. And let's get week 8 underway. And we are on the road in Death Valley for this one. Tigers and the Canes, as they look to climb back to the top of the conference again. I did notice they are already 1-2 in conference, so maybe looking good right now because of a softer non-conference schedule. Well, let's see how they handle the Canes defense. That's the top challenge for everybody. Can you put 23, 24 points on us? It doesn't happen easily. Clemson's going to start with a fake, and Vezina's going to spin and run away from Lightfoot, gaining 6. It's Vezina back to pass and hooks up on the outside at the 35. First run goes to the right, off tackle with space. A big first down into Cane territory. Caleb Bach, 20-yard run. Play action and dumped off. Not much there. It's 3rd and 7, not quite in field goal range. Big jump by Lightfoot and caught for the first down. Vezina getting the ball out, and no negative plays yet to start this game. Well, I believe that's Tony Rizzo, number 17, who's back out now and healthy. Play action all over Vezina and sacked. That is Lightfoot back at the 30. First big play for the Cane defense. 3rd and 16. He gets away from Lightfoot, and then Carmichael finishes the job. And it's going to come down to if they want to try a 56-yard field goal, which they are going to at least attempt for the game's first points. It's a line drive kick on the way, and good. Hey, that wasn't bad at all. I'm impressed with the way they moved the ball on some of those plays. And now we'll get the Canes out here to show what they can do with David Kinoy against a very talented defense now in Clemson. We'll start with Johnson. He cuts it back and gains 6. It's Kinoy to throw. Under pressure and sacked. I really want to beef up this interior, but it can't happen overnight. 3rd down and 10. Pressure off the edge and lost it. It is Clemson football at the 21. That was a lot of havoc in the first 2 dropbacks for David Kinoy. And the Tigers will take over. We swarm the ball carrier for a loss. 3rd down and 12 for Clemson. And another sack. We have been seeing the worst pass protection lately, but it seems that when there's an even matchup in this game, it favors the defense. And in general, pass protection's just been really bad. Field goal try is away and good, so Clemson is up 6-0. The running back looks to be Max Boger, and the pass is overthrown. Intercepted. It's going to be a touchdown, Clemson. Corey and Gibson on the Kinoy overthrow. And we don't see him miss those throws very often. He's looking for Larry Slaughter downfield, and he's got him. And the ball is actually going to go basically between his hands. Slaughter could have easily made a play on that. Instead, leaves his quarterback out to dry. So a bad start on the road and a tough place to play. We've got some adversity, and I'm not seeing Chris Johnson as Boger gains 6 on a good carry. We've been seeing Johnson in and out of the lineup quite a bit lately. 3rd down and short. Boger cuts uphill or downhill and gets the first down. Interesting. So there's actually more wear and tear on Boger right now. But both him and Johnson are playing at less than 100% with injury risk. I think this makes some sense then to get Titus out there a bit more on these drives and hopefully let those guys at least heal up a little bit. So number 3, Randy Titus, is on the field. And it's a fake with Kinoy hit down again. If anything, I may have to look into that pass protection slider. It's been awful, man. I mean, you should not take sacks this often, especially with some of these players that we have. Going back to, like, the bowl game last year, the playoff game, Okunlola giving up 6 sacks. Like, he's a 90-plus overall. Who am I replacing him with that's supposed to do better? Well, that certainly helps Randy. A 52-yard run on our following possession. So I suppose we'll jump in and see what the offense is able to do. Hopefully protect Kinoy a little bit better. It's first down. He's got a chance to get the ball away at least. Aiden Williams. Harris, the motion man, receives the flip, and the tight end's going to get the first down. Interesting look here with Harris as a slot receiver, Carver as an inline tight end. It's second down, wide open Harris. Gets 6. 3rd and 5, Kinoy fires over the middle, has a touchdown to Trader. Just when it looks like he was going to get sacked again. Canes in the game. Now it's Clemson who rips off a long run to get into the red zone. 13-7, Vizina facing the pressure. He will throw on the move and gets a touchdown. And Clemson back in front by 2 scores. This ain't gonna be no cakewalk victory today. Downfield though, Larry Slaughter! The action continues on a 77-yard strike. Quick answer for the Canes. Just when they were starting to enjoy this game a little bit. I don't care if you're playing cover 1, your safety's not getting out there. You might as well be playing cover 0. Larry Slaughter to the house. I do like that sign right there. That's pretty cool. Clemson near midfield, actually across. And they're looking to grab even more points in an action-packed second quarter. Vizina, downfield, completes. Near the boundary. Looks like it went to a review and stands. Man, they got 20 points on our defense. Approaching more. Vizina is hit by Lightfoot. 3rd down and 6, and open inside the 10. Looked like a little slot fade there, thrown early because there was a huge window. Goal to go. Clemson gets the touchdown. Back and forth we go in Death Valley. You know, potentially I wanted to see us go through more games today, but this is looking like a good one that may garner a bit of a more focused episode. 27-14. I'm not sleeping on these 21 seconds here. Not in college with the way the clock stops and the big play upside, but I think we are, unfortunately, content going into halftime down 13. One last play. It's going to be Titus. And that will do it. Clemson up and playing really well in this game. They've got a shot at taking down the #1 Hurricanes. Thanks to 4 sacks, a touchdown on the pick 6 that Slaughter could have prevented. So now we can get Johnson back in there at running back at least. That should give the offense a boost. It hasn't moved quite as well without him out there. Our perfect season is on the line here in the second half. Kinoy fakes. Throws complete. Johnson wrapped up. If he's able to get away, that'll look like nothing but green ahead of him. Now he sweeps, and Johnson wheels outside for the first down. More Chris Johnson, well rested and playing like it. Play action. Kinoy attacks the middle with Trader. First down. Protection, dare I say, does look improved, with Kinoy not getting hit on every throw. But a run on first down. Johnson, tire these guys out with the run. I don't know if it really matters. I like to think it does. If we could get some more hard information on stamina and everything, it'd be easier to say. That's Boger, and he's inside the 20. And Miami's putting together a good possession. And I like the no huddle here. This has to be tiring them out, which is advantage offense. Boger the carry. And he ends up hurt on the play. Max Boger's going to come off. And Johnson re-enters. It's Johnson running into a failed block. Where is Aiden Williams? Stan Perkins is now in the game as Kinoy will scan. Fires end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Emmanuel Harris and David Kinoy have a connection this season, and that's their 5th touchdown of the year. Let's see if we get a better look at it here. Kinoy is just going to throw it through all that mess right to the perfect guy. Oh, that is not good. Severe risk of injury on Aiden Williams. So maybe we're better off with him getting a rest now. And one thing we can do is just play Titus as the slot receiver. Let Trader play outside opposite Larry Slaughter. That'll be a fun wrinkle to mess around with and see if it's a package we should think more about. 27-21. Clemson has looked really strong in this game, and I think their quarterback's played really well. When we haven't been sacking him, he's stood in there, delivered some good throws downfield. The running game has also given them some big sparks. Nice tackle by Pruitt. Let's see if we can get off the field now. It's a long one. Facing press coverage. And the keeper, Vizina, breaks the tackle. No. I spent the last couple episodes just praising Isaiah Thomas. And that's a very key miss, to be overpowered by a quarterback on a potential drive-altering play. Now they sweep it right into Carmichael, and Lightfoot is there as well. Better protection against the pass, and wide open! No one close! Touchdown, Clemson! How is he that open? 61 yards, Noble Johnson. No fake. Nothing special. Whoa, what is this? So check out these two defenders here when the ball is thrown. Johnson's going to run, bit of a long developing route here, and everybody, like, all of a sudden sinks. Why? Why are we leaving him wide open downfield like that? You're that fooled by the first crossing route you ever saw? I could understand if there was a fake and we're biting, but there wasn't. It's just going to be one of those games where you might have to score a million to win. 33-21. We have not played one like this in a minute. David Kinoy's in a new environment today as Johnson picks up 4. Kinoy to the air. Kinoy drifting into a deep sack. Third and 19, just a screen going to Johnson, and he has a couple blockers. But we're going to need this defense to step it up and get the football back quickly. Ricky Thomas on to kick it away. And Clemson is set to take over at their own 32. Christopher Vizina giving this team a chance at an upset. Hands off, that's Bach. First down. Pressure picked up. The ball is intercepted. Picked off by Cole Carmichael. The zone dropping pass rusher. That's big. We knew it was going to take some good defense to get back in this. They've opened the door, and Johnson is stuffed. Kinoy fakes. Protected, and wide open is Trader. Final play of the third quarter is a Johnson run. He's got a head of steam. Great blocking outside by Larry Slaughter, the wide receiver. And we're heading into the fourth quarter, trailing 33-21. This still feels to me like it's anyone's game. And Miami looks to cut it to a one-score contest again. Emmanuel Harris in motion. We go Johnson. He will score. One-score game in the fourth. This should be a fun finish. 5-point game, Clemson football, and Vezina's going to air it out, and it's knocked down. That was Massey making a massive play. Split backfield, and feeling the pressure quickly, he runs it ahead. 7 yards, and about 2.5 to go for the first. Receivers get plenty of cushion. Pressure on the way, and got it. Not a huge fan of that play call. Now we're into jam the receivers on first down. Keeping and slipping ahead is Vezina for 3. 3rd and 7 Clemson. Now we're in to jam the receivers. Vezina short, and Rizzo makes the tackle and will get us off the field. Not by much. 5-point game, Miami set to take it. Slaughter wrapped up at the 28. Play fake to start. Kenoy pressured and lost the ball, and Clemson jumps on it. Cannot afford that. This look tells you they're going to be blitzing. And we actually pick up the blitz. It's the pressure again against our left tackle. That's going to get through eventually. 5-point game. Vezina dumps it, and the tackle's made by Lightfoot. We bring 4. Vezina looks to scramble ahead, and will get the first down. It's a throw, and the tackle's made. A big one. 3rd and goal from the 2. With 5.5 to play. They run into a wall of Canes, and it's stuffed. Field goal now to make this an 8-point game. Kick is up. Kick is good. We need a touchdown and the 2-point try. How much time's left now? 4:51 to go in the game. And this kick is taken. Angling outside. Not much of a return for Mastrud. We got to protect David Kenoy. Throws it hot. Dropped, though, by Perkins. Press coverage. If they can get a rush, this is going to be tough. Johnson in motion. This could be a screen. And it is. Can he get the blocking? Not quite. Very quick drive. And we've got to kick this one. 4 minutes to go. We cannot allow points. I don't like this. What are we doing hitting him? And somehow not getting flagged for it. 1st and 10 at their 45. Clemson opens run. Carmichael stops it. Pass over the middle. Good for a Clemson first down. I don't like these blitzes we're calling. We don't need to blitz with this line. Just drop 7. Dare them to beat it. Wide open again. We have not seen our defense get beat like this in a long time. And now the Tigers are running the clock down as they should. 1st and 10. It's in the flats, and Bach makes sure he does not go out of bounds. If there were ever a time to punch the football out, it is now. 3rd and 7. We're all over the run. But Clemson's going to try a field goal that would make it a 2-score game. 36 yards left hash. Is there a gust of wind to help us? The kick is good. Clemson up 2 possessions on the verge of defeating number 1 Miami. Their front 4 has been really good. I want to see the ratings on them. As Kenoy is going to throw underneath for about 6. Yeah, they've got some really good D linemen, as you would expect. Let's see. Green here is a run stopper who can also rush the passer a bit. 87 finesse moves here on Darian Mayo, and then Dylan Stewart, he's an 82. Only 69 awareness and a run stopper, so you wouldn't think he's a huge impact in the passing game, but he has the power and finesse moves. But they've been getting a pass rush from basically the whole defense, run stoppers, pass coverage archetype players. Everybody's getting to David Kinoy in this game. It makes for very frustrating offense. 1:35 to go. Gonna take a miracle. And Johnson's wide open. And we'll take it to the 45. Kinoy throwing over the middle. And Larry Slaughter picks up a chunk. Again blitzing Kinoy, who delivers to Slaughter. We're going to need an onside kick to pull this off, but now in range for at least 3. And we're down 11. Titus in the game as a 4th receiver. And the pass goes his way. Kinoy over 300. Now to throw. Kinoy has time, and eventually, no, he dropped it. So we try again on 3rd down, and this time it's a score for Aiden Williams. 1-score game for Miami. The 2-point try for Kinoy. Missed an open receiver, but there's always another one with these receivers. And here we go, Willie Shembo. What do you got for us? We need it. Onside kick, free ball, and scooped up by the Tigers. They're going to hold on and deliver the Canes their first loss of the year. It was a great game. We made far too many mistakes offensively, taking sacks and losing yardage. Kinoy still ended up having a good statistical day. And Clemson's offense came at us in a way no other team has been able to lately. Usually teams crumble under our pass rush. Clemson did not. Christopher Vezina played a very good game today. 80% completion percentage. Their run game doesn't have like great numbers, but they got some key conversions out of it. Couple big plays in there. And then we gave up a 61-yard touchdown where I'm still wondering why our coverage did what it did on that play. They had 6 sacks as a defense, Miami. They still had a respectable day, but just weren't nearly as disruptive. We're going to level up, though, and earn some coach points. I've been waiting on that. Got some stuff I'd like to buy. But now, how far is the fall for Miami? Losing a game to the number 13 team by 3 points shouldn't be too much, as we will add a center in Athea Diawara to the class, and Ricky McKinley, a cornerback from Miami. Wow, James Childers chooses Notre Dame. We do not fall far, just to number 6. But we're getting right into another big matchup in our next game against Virginia Tech. We just had number 1 versus, number 13. And now we're going to get number 6 versus number 11. Stanford sits alone at the very top, undefeated in conference. The Stanford Cardinal. And that tree. I know I was complaining about that the last time we saw him. It's all I remember is me going off on the Stanford tree. We will face Virginia Tech, Louisville, Florida State, and then Liberty in our last non-conference game there at the end. So very big games coming up. Do I just bench Samson Okunlola just because he keeps giving up sacks and not everybody else is? Do I just put somebody else out there to see what it looks like? The only thing I can think of is pass block power being like a little bit lower. At least Joe Dahl is better in that one area. I could try it and just see if we're giving up a lot of sacks there or not. Because let's go through the numbers here. This is not a one-time fluke. It is unfortunately a trend. 12 sacks allowed. Is anybody else allowing 12? I don't think so. And remember, he gave up 6 in our playoff game last year. 6 of the 14 he gave up. And against the best teams we faced, 3 against Oregon, 1 against Florida, 2 against Clemson. and still sacks in other games. Maybe we just got to try somebody else there. If you can protect David Kinoy, this guy is a surgeon in the pocket. Even the pick six we threw, we found out it was actually Larry Slaughter's fault. 15 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Unfortunately, that was the most times he's been sacked in a single game this season. Aiden Williams is still our leading receiver, but Larry Slaughter now becomes second in yardage with a 77-yard touchdown in today's episode. And Marquise Lightfoot only added 1 sack. I think that's going to be tough to keep up Heisman momentum without doing something big like every game or every other game. So I'm assuming he's dropped out of the Heisman watch, or he's actually number 1 because I have no clue what I'm talking about. I'll take it. Marquise Lightfoot is your current frontrunner for the Heisman Trophy. And he will attempt to make his case next time against Virginia Tech in a rivalry game where I know the Hokies have played well against us over the years in this series. And they may have a quarterback injury that's going to affect this. Out 1 week with a torn pec, Davey Balfour is not going to play. It's going to be William Watson III. 3-star player. I forget if we've seen him before, but he's been playing pretty well. We're not facing just a bad backup quarterback. He's had 3-4 touchdown games, protected the football pretty well, and Virginia Tech's going to be hungry to knock us off next episode. That is going to do it for today, everybody. Finally, somebody tops the Canes, but will anybody else be able to do it? Thank you for watching today's episode. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll get back to more of the Canes here shortly in Season 4. Have a great day. I'll catch you next time.